KC-390 Millennium is often described as a military transport aircraft, but that definition no longer captures its true significance. What Brazil has achieved with this program goes far beyond replacing an aging fleet or filling a niche in the airlift market. The KC-390 has quietly become one of the most important symbols of Brazil's maturation as a defense industrial power, proving that the country can design, build, certify, and export a complex military platform to demanding global customers. For decades, Brazil relied on legacy transport aircraft that were increasingly misaligned with the realities of modern operations. Vast territory, remote regions such as the Amazon, frequent humanitarian missions, and the need for rapid response across long distances placed growing strain on older platforms. At the same time, the international airlift market was dominated by a single, well-established design that, while reliable, reflected a previous technological era. Rather than accept permanent dependence on external suppliers, Brazil made a strategic decision to pursue an indigenous solution. That decision carried industrial, financial, and political risks, but it also created an opportunity to redefine the country's position in the global defense ecosystem. From its inception, the KC-390 was conceived not merely as a replacement aircraft, but as a next-generation system aligned with modern operational concepts. The choice of jet engines was central to this philosophy. Higher cruise speeds translate into faster response times, which is critical for both military deployments and disaster relief operations. Modern avionics reduce crew workload and improve situational awareness, while a digital architecture allows for future upgrades without structural redesign. These choices reflect an understanding that long-term relevance depends on adaptability rather than short-term cost minimization. Operational flexibility has been one of the KC-390's defining strengths. The aircraft is designed to perform a wide range of missions, including tactical transport, airdrop of troops and cargo, medical evacuation, humanitarian relief, and aerial refueling. This multi-mission approach is especially relevant for countries like Brazil, where defense assets must routinely shift between military, civil, and disaster response roles. Instead of maintaining separate specialized fleets, a single versatile platform can cover multiple mission profiles, improving cost efficiency over the aircraft's service life. Comparison with established competitors inevitably shapes perceptions of any new transport aircraft. In this context, the KC-390 does not seek to displace legacy platforms through confrontation or price competition alone. Instead, it positions itself as a modern alternative optimized for today's operational tempo. Higher speed shortens mission cycles, modern maintenance concepts reduce downtime, and a contemporary supply chain architecture improves long-term supportability. For many air forces, especially those modernizing within constrained budgets, lifecycle efficiency matters more than historical familiarity. What truly elevates the KC-390 from a national project to a global platform is its acceptance by European and transatlantic partners. The decision by several European countries to select this aircraft carries strategic weight far beyond individual procurement contracts. These are air forces operating under strict regulatory environments, demanding interoperability standards and rigorous certification requirements. Their endorsement signals confidence not only in the aircraft itself, but also in the industrial processes, quality control, and long-term support structures behind it. For Brazil, this development represents a historic shift. Defense exports have traditionally been a challenging domain for emerging industrial powers, particularly in aerospace, where trust, reliability, and political alignment play decisive roles. The KC-390's entry into European service demonstrates that Brazil is no longer perceived merely as a regional producer or a niche supplier. Instead, it is increasingly viewed as a credible contributor to global defense capability capable of sustaining complex systems over decades. The industrial impact within Brazil is equally significant. The KC-390 program has functioned as an anchor around which a broader defense industrial ecosystem has developed. High-skilled employment in aerospace engineering, systems integration, avionics, and maintenance has expanded. Domestic suppliers have been integrated into global value chains, raising technical standards and opening pathways to international collaboration. This industrial spillover effect strengthens not only the defense sector, but also civilian aerospace and advanced manufacturing more broadly. Export success reinforces this virtuous cycle. Revenue generated through international sales supports further investment in research and development, workforce training, and infrastructure. It also stabilizes production lines, reducing unit costs and improving delivery timelines. In strategic terms, export-oriented programs create resilience. They reduce dependence on fluctuating domestic budgets and embed national industry within a network of long-term international partnerships. The geopolitical implications should not be overlooked. Defense exports are inherently political, even when framed in commercial terms. The KC-390's growing international footprint enhances Brazil's diplomatic leverage and soft power. Supplying a core military capability such as Airlift creates enduring relationships built on training, maintenance, upgrades, and operational cooperation. These relationships often extend over decades, shaping defense dialogues and strategic alignment. Looking ahead, the KC-390's trajectory suggests further evolution rather than stagnation. As global security environments change, demand for rapid mobility, humanitarian assistance, and flexible logistics is likely to increase. The aircraft's digital architecture allows for incremental upgrades, whether in communications, defensive systems, or mission equipment. Potential adaptations for specialized roles, including enhanced support for special operations or expanded maritime missions, could further broaden its appeal. From a strategic planning perspective, the KC-390 also serves as a proof of concept for Brazil's defense industrial ambitions. It demonstrates that complex, high-value military systems can be developed domestically and succeed internationally when supported by coherent policy, industrial competence, and sustained investment. This lesson is transferable to other domains, from unmanned systems to advanced sensors and command and control technologies. Crucially, the KC-390 story challenges outdated assumptions about the global defense market. Innovation is no longer confined to a small group of traditional suppliers. Emerging powers with strong industrial bases, skilled workforces, and clear strategic vision can compete effectively, particularly when they focus on modern requirements rather than legacy paradigms. Brazil's experience illustrates how strategic patience and industrial consistency can yield results that once seemed unattainable. In the broader context of Brazil's role in international security, the KC-390 symbolizes a shift from dependence to contribution. Rather than being defined primarily as a customer in the global arms market, Brazil is increasingly recognized as a provider of capability and expertise. This shift carries long-term implications for how the country is perceived by partners and competitors alike. Ultimately, the KC-390 is not just an aircraft, it is a strategic statement. It reflects Brazil's confidence in its technological capacity, its willingness to invest in long-term industrial development, and its ambition to play a more active role in shaping the global defense landscape. As more countries operate the platform and integrate it into their force structures, the aircraft's significance will continue to grow, reinforcing Brazil's position as a rising defense industrial actor with global reach. For audiences in Brazil, this achievement deserves careful attention, not only as a source of national pride, but as a case study in strategic success. It shows that when industrial policy, defense planning, and international engagement are aligned, tangible and lasting results are possible. The KC-390 stands as evidence that Brazil's defense industry has entered a new phase, one defined not by aspiration alone, but by proven capability and global relevance.